And hello! Hopefully you haven't clipped the beginning of what I've said. Hopefully you've heard the very first words of today's coffee moaning. Good morning, it's Friday! Hashtag fuck off Friday, 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 fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off Friday. Hashtag Friday. I haven't done a hashback. Haven't done a hashback flashback. Hashtag flashback. Hashtag. 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 Oh, I've got to increase my intake of water. Hold on. Either I'm getting smaller or glasses are getting bigger. How are you, Nicky Burton? I'm good. How are you, Keely Windle? How many of you were up late last night with me after the Johnny Depp? How many of you need a sleep app? How are we all? Good morning. Feel like we've lived a million lives. Got to bed at 2, was up at 6. Is that a flower vase? No, it's my pint of water. Kia ora, Kiwi Kathy. How are you? Nicky Burton, you were. Yeah, Martina McKeown, you were. Haha, Jules Tarling, morning. Morning, Emma Does Life, morning. Linda Fissett, morning. Katie Travers, Faith Goodburn. Fiona Cromack, April Hill, Tina Davis. It's a mega pint. Thanks, Nicky. It's a mega pint. It's my mega pint. Well, in deference to the ludicrous alcohol and drug appetite of Johnny, I've got my water. I've got Pepsi Max, don't turn out. I've got Barocca, and I've got coffee. I'm set for the day. You can take the alcohol and drugs out of the addict, but you can't take the addict or the alcoholic out of the drugs or the drink. Don't know how that works. It's Friday. How are you all, guys? How are you all? Now, you will have probably seen that Home Time landed last night. I've got a couple of things I need to say about Home Time. I should have possibly said, oh, warning, mice alert. A lot of people have kind of issues with mice. But I want to say, obviously some of you very concerned about Nan, all that kind of stuff. Very sweet, very kind. But there are a few people who seem to think that somehow, by us filming Nan and going about her flat and all that sort of stuff, we were somehow neglecting her and throwing her to the wolves, although in Nanny Di's case, given her size, mice are wolves, and not getting Rent-A-Kill or the counsellor. And what I think a few people have failed to realise is we shot that right at the beginning of her discovering kind of the mice problem. Nanny Di didn't want anyone else to go, and subsequently she has probably had more visits from her Rent-A-Kill man than she's had from any family member in a concentrated period of time to her flat. So she's fine. She's looking after herself. But, you know, so thank you for all of your messages of support and concern, all the nice, genuine ones. And for those with a slightly more ulterior motive, sod off. Yes, you know, poor old Nanny Di, she's battling. And obviously that was shot quite a while ago. And so the problem isn't necessarily solved, but you will see in the vlog how it gets solved. So, but isn't she sweet? Mum, I have to say, I and so many people love the way you refer to your iPad as the machine. Let me get my machine. The word machine is like, I don't know, it's just, you really think of something with cogs and wheels and maybe you have to cycle to get energy in it. The machine, which is the iPad. So yeah, and it's Nanny Di's birthday soon. What are you all going to do for it, guys? What are you all going to do for Nanny Di's birthday? Poor Nanny Di mice give me the EBGBs. I know. Has anyone ever had a pet rat or a pet mouse? I never understood it. I was at school with a girl who had a pet rat. Pet rat. I mean, apparently they're very intelligent and they're very fun and they're very sweet and they're incredibly. Apparently they can use cutlery. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It's like crows. Every now and then you can see the odd crow having dinner with a rat. Ah, so lovely. My brother had a pet rat. Horrible, says Margaret O'Brien. Brian, it's the tails I'm not. No, I know what you mean, Russ. It's the tails. But don't forget, hickory dickory tock. Hickory dickory cock, dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The mouse dropped one, the rat ran down. Hickory. Oh no, that's not it. What's the one which chopped them off with a farmer's knife? You're not allowed to say that anymore. A, you're not allowed to say chopped. B, you can't be cruel to animals, i.e. tails. And farmer's wife presupposes a certain type of kind of, you know, gender identity. I mean, you can't say anything about hickory dickory dock. It's not hickory dickory dock, is it? Three blind mice. What's wrong with me? Do you remember? We have to check all the blind mice, all the nursery rhymes. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. Too many people to offend. Three blind mice. Three blind mice. See how they run. See how they run. There you go. Oh, and the other point. Yes. Obviously, there need to be, we would all prefer humane ways of getting rid of mice and vermin and what have you. But Rentokil, who are the official national pest control organisation, don't recommend, or don't always recommend humane ways. So what can we do? What can we say? We have a hamster which is similar. She has thumbs. So cute, Ellen. That's what I love about otters. Otters have got fully functioning fingers and they fumble with pebbles. I love otters. And then my mum once told me when I was young that Ring of Brightwater by Gavin somebody other had his finger gnawed off by one. Because think about it, an otter's got to get his teeth through bone, fish bone, hasn't it? So those sweet little things, those sweet little faces, within seconds they'll take your face off. I've never met an otter that isn't a bit sort of, you know, touchy-feely. It's the mouse poo that scares me. And also mice constantly wee. Morning, Zoe. How you doing, darling? Yeah, it's Friday. What are you up to tonight? I want an otter now. Has anyone had a pet otter? I had Russian hamsters, says Russ. And no lie, they were like dogs. And they followed me everywhere in the house. Really? Russian hamsters? Were they on a sort of special military operation? It's Friday and it's not 5 o'clock, it's not Crackerjack, but even better, it's Mark with the BBC Quiz Faith Good Man. Do you remember Crackerjack? Was it Crackerjack where they had to stand holding as many things as possible and one of them was a cauliflower? Am I imagining that? And if they dropped the cauliflower, that was it? Is that right? We used to have gerbils. I used to sort of stand hovering over the cage looking. They'd have babies and there'd be lots of little pink wriggly things with dark black sort of almost eye type thing. Isn't it funny? You decide that a mouse-like thing is a pet and it's sweet and it's cuddly and everyone wants one. As soon as a mouse is as soon as a little furry thing is independent and in control of its own destiny, we all go completely batshit crazy. Isn't it weird? The domestication of essentially the same animal. What does it say on my t-shirt? Trouble in paradise, baby. And that's a description of my pants. Cabbages, that's right, cabbage. If you dropped a cabbage, Kiwi Cathy, chipper kiwi. Beaver are great to eat. Also when they smack their, you eat beaver. Yeah, that's rude. I know what you were getting me to do there. Crackerjack. Melissa Phillips, my cat catches mice in the hills and brings them home. Wow, you sound like you live in such a sort of wilderness. She catches mice in then their hills and then she brings them back to me. Anyway, one of the stories today is Boris Johnson, no more fines, Partygate fury. I want to know, how does it make you feel? Oh, you can't do that on a poll, can you? Let's say, has Boris escaped Partygate fully? Or is Sue Gray going to have a nasty little surprise from around the corner? Sue Gray is the woman who's done a fully fledged report that was due to come out, has never come out, barely came out with redactions and no one mentioned. Then the police came in and said, no, we're going to charge everyone. The police have issued 156 fines. None of them applicable to Boris Johnson or the top brass. And this is, The Independent has an interview with, or a chat with a source, a number 10 source, not HP or tomato ketchup, but a person, a human source, number 10, who says this: it's a joke. It's a joke. They say a bit more than that. They then say that the Prime Minister told people to let their hair down and enjoy their drinks, which they'd earned for beating back the virus. And then they said, He's a man of little or no integrity. He's got away with it, hasn't he, Anne Murray? Come on, come on, come on. We may all want it to, I mean, you know, old, what's his face? Reedy voice, what's his name? Not Piers Morgan. What's the name of the bloody, oh my God, Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer can't really attack because he's got beer all over him, hasn't he? Beergate. There's Beergate, there's Partygate, there's Currygate. There's all sorts of gates. One thing they haven't got is a fucking gate. Sorry. So, has Boris escaped Partygate fully? Yes, say 76% of you. He's done it. He's got away with it. He's get on the bus, don't get on the bus. Go to a party, don't let your hair down. If you've got no hair, don't let your hair down. If you've got hair, don't hair. No hair, get hair. Buy hair, wear hair. Where is my hair? Lucy Chadbolt just says he's a tosser. Lawyer or liar? Hard choice. Lawyer or liar? Hard choice, says Pokemon. Boris needs a one-way exit gate. But I think we all have to just say, do you know what? That time has come and passed. There's an interesting piece somewhere that says Boris is currently at a place where he couldn't be in a stronger place, really. There's 3 reasons why Boris is in a much stronger position now than he ever was before. 1, there's no alternative to him. Can you think of one? I can't think of one. Can you think of one? You should always have some water when you have some coffee. I can't think of one. 2, Keir Starmer can't really talk about lockdown law. Not really, even though he might not have done anything wrong because he's been investigated. Well, has he been investigated? Isn't it going to be ironic if Keir gets done and Boris doesn't? And I wonder if there's any sort of levers of power behind the scenes that people who go to Eton and all these sorts of places know people in high places. I wonder. And 3, local elections and national opinion polls aren't bad enough, are they? I mean, let's face it, the local council elections weren't bad enough. I mean, obviously, everyone runs around going, we won! But they didn't really lose, did they? Here's my mega pint of water. It's actually pure vodka. In tribute to just alcoholics everywhere. So yeah, Boris Johnson all over the papers today. A lot of the left-leaning liberal papers, The Mirror, The Independent, Guardian. It's a joke. Partygate is a joke. But I think it's a little bit like Brexit. At some point, anyone who is, you know, finds themselves in opposition to Boris, etc., needs to find something else to be in opposition to them about. Do you see what I mean? I'm just going to say words. You edit them and put them in the right order. Okay? So that's Boris Johnson. New cities. What's the definition of a city, guys? Come on. I thought I had it sussed until this morning. What's the definition of a city? I thought it was any place that had a really incomprehensible ring road round it. Faith Goodman just found out Health Minister Sajid Javid, brother Baz, is Deputy Assistant Commissioner of Met Police and was in charge of COVID policing. Oh, Faith, what did I just say? Could there perhaps, perchance, be, British population, a connection between the higher echelons of government and all the institutions of power? Let me process that thought. Yes, of course. Does a city have a cathedral? They need a cathedral. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But someone just said an abbey. Oh, whose birthday is it? Debbie, it's your birthday tomorrow. Then we will sing you your birthday tomorrow, me and Nads, because Nadia is much better at these things. She has a hairier chest. Debbie Sanderson, we will sing your birthday tomorrow. Create a happy birthday for tomorrow. But happy birthday for tomorrow morning. Because we won't be with you when you wake up. Because if we were, that would be really creepy, wouldn't it? You woke up and there we were by your bed. Yay! Used to be that it needed a cathedral, says Nicola Higgins. Faith, an abbey or a cathedral. Really, an abbey. So there's Bangor. Anyway, a whole bunch of new places have been turned into cities. And what I like about this is for the Platinum Jubilee. There's something about this, turning a place into a city, that for me reminds me of kind of fairy tales, doesn't it you? Like Snow White. It's like there's a queen and she stands and goes, "You're a city," and suddenly like bing, and then there's a castle with turrets and all this kind of stuff. I can't wait for Lord of the Rings, the series on Amazon Prime. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I thought a city was a certain number of people. Christine Betsy, all these little things coming in. 8 new cities have been created as part of the celebrations of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And those cities are, you'd be forgiven for forgetting that the Falkland Islands is part of the UK. Try saying that. I might need another. Who thinks I need another coffee? I think we need to poll that, actually. Let's do a poll that matters. Does Mark need another coffee? I'm going like the clappers because I've got to go soon. Well, not soon, but you know what I mean. Got to crack on. Got to crack on, guys. Got to crack on. You know what I mean? Loads of other bag of content and stuff I've got to do. Doesn't Mark need another coffee? Oh. So yeah, so what are the... So Stanley on the... which is the capital of the Falkland Islands. That's becoming a city. Douglas on the Isle of Man. I feel like I'm suddenly in the 80s. Does anyone else? I mean, obviously the Falkland Islands are in this century, this decade. You never need coffee, it's a want. That's so true. Is cortisol good for you? I don't know. It leaves you, tends to leave you quite exhausted, doesn't it? Douglas on the Isle of Man has become a city. Bangor, Northern Ireland. Bangor, Northern Ireland? I didn't know really. Oh, I'm thinking Bognor. Bangor, Colchester, Doncaster, Milton Keynes. Where's the Abbey or the Cathedral in Milton Keynes? Isn't that a freshly, newly made, minted city? Dunfermline in Scotland and Wrexham in Wales. They've done a very good job of spreading the love. Spreading the love. Let me just dilute my caffeinated head. Whenever I have something this long in my mouth, I want to play it like a recorder, said the vicar. So yeah, so 8 cities have been made. Do any of you live in any of those cities? Colchester? I think someone lives in Colchester, don't they? Oh, look, Patty Degnan. I live in Doncaster and we've just been made a city. Doncaster is definitely not a city. Oh, Doncaster. It's funny. I know, you know, when I was a young boy, I used to play Sabutio football, and I used to be into the badges of every single football team. Definitely, I was definitely on the spectrum, and I could almost memorise the colours of the football strips of every team. And I remember trying to put my brain back. Doncaster, was it red and white or red and black? Maybe the Doncaster football kit. My girl saw My Chemical Romance in Milton Keynes. Oh, can I just say, and I am literally doing a handbrake turn to a place of seriousness. I was listening on the radio earlier this morning, driving back. Excuse me, I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. I was listening on the radio to the fact that 5 years ago, and this is, I'm being serious now, 5 years ago, it was 5 years ago, in 2 days' time, it will have been 5 years since the suicide bombing in Manchester. And I thought that was a real wow moment. It was a pinch moment in terms of A, how fast that time has gone, B, just how awful that event was. I think 22 people died and 10 dozens, if not hundreds, injured and hurt. And they had an interview on the radio with a young girl called Freya, I think her name was Freya, who now is in a wheelchair, but has found her love and her passion for acting. And if ever there was a lesson in gratitude, she was talking about how her passion for acting, or her belief that she could pursue a career in acting, only came actually through the awfulness of what she experienced. And I just think, talk about turning something awful into something productive in some way, I think it's quite phenomenal. So yeah, so 5 years ago, I think it happened on the 22nd. So, oh, just awful. Edward Bevington, it's not monkeypox. Says, I know, have you heard about monkeypox? Keely Windle, I was terrified about my girls. Manchester was so very, very sad and unnecessary. I know. Hasn't time gone fast, Tina Davis? It really has. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I was just put in mind of that. I was just thinking of Manchester. So yeah. So loads of places have been turned into cities. Colchester used to be the capital city of the UK before London, Silkani. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It did. Who struggles with sleep? Let's just see what the... oh, look. Does Mark need another coffee? Ah, thanks, guys. 68% of you say yes. Brilliant. You only need a few people to kind of green light something and... oh, Beaver the animal, Linda Fissett. sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Dr. John has said not to worry about monkeypox, Ellen. No, I'm not too worried either. Thanks for letting me have another coffee, guys. Thank you. Oh, she was on Lorraine, Ellie Denning. Yeah, she sounded amazing. Ellery Jones, me. Insomnia, struggle with sleep. Natasha, hi Natasha and Christos. Got something coming soon. Oh, look, so many of you. Are we responsible for that? Is it because you keep watching all our stupid content late at night, maybe? Is it because some absolute twat keeps banging on about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard every evening? Could that be why you stay up? Tina Davis, me, trouble with sleep and my son. Menopause is wrecking my sleep. Sharon JL, Sally O'Sullivan, I do. April Hill, me. Jenny Scams sometimes. Oh, my phone's up there. I looked at my sleep app. I got 3 hours, 45 minutes sleep last night. Not enough, but my average across the week. Tell us what your average, if you know it, if you've got like one of these things. Do you know what your average hours sleep per night is? Mine this week, I had 3.5, no, I had four last night, 3.5 the night before, and my average over the last 7 nights is 5 hours, 10 minutes. Miss Soph, your average is 5. Hilary Daly, 5 to 6. Ellery Jones, 6. Jenny Scam, 6 to 7. Any advance on 6 to 7? 6 to 7's good, Jenny, I think. I mean, it's about the quality of the sleep, isn't it? Melly Mel, 6. Nicola Higgins, ADD. Fiona Cromack, 4. That's because husband snores, Sally O'Sullivan. Yeah, today I think it was 5. Ellery Jones, Leah Lou, 5, usually 6. But yeah, no, it's... let me just triple check that my battery isn't going. No, I'm all right. I've got battery, guys. Yeah, it's... well, look at this. Doctors are going to start treating insomnia with an app rather than pills. Interesting, because I'm making a film all about a sleep mindfulness app and how it goes slightly awry and goes wrong and a bit dark and twisted. Nearly 1 million patients with insomnia will be prescribed a self-help app instead of sleeping pills. What do you think about that, guys? Is that a good idea? But what about people who don't have apps or access to apps, like my mum? Well, she has a machine. I could sleep on a washing line, says Angela Thompson. That's a good line, I like that. GPs have been told to offer something called Sleepio, a 6-week digital therapy program as the first-line treatment. The advice will help to wean insomniacs off addictive hypnotic sleeping pills, such as Zopiclone and Zolpidem, which are taken by about 500,000 Britons. The app has some, they have a sort of, I think they have a sort of, it has a sort of GP type person on it, or a virtual doctor called the Prof. The Prof. I think you can only get access to this if your doctor gives you the access keys and all that kind of stuff. Sleepio involves 6 weekly 20-minute sessions of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. It uses artificial intelligence, tackles the roots of insomnia by challenging negative thoughts and anxiety that cause people to become trapped in cycles of sleepless nights. It requires patients to keep a sleep diary and provide tips on how to stop their mind racing at night. That'd be quite a good book, wouldn't it? There's so many memoirs being written, aren't there, about everything. It's like my memoir of, I don't know, eating my left foot whilst running a marathon, which is quite hard. A sleep memoir would be kind of, wouldn't it be quite interesting? I'm just going to have some Barocca, because I think that's almost like caffeine, but kind of good for you. Will you all just remind me at some point around 6 o'clock later today that I had one, so that when I go to the loo, I don't scare myself? Natasha, I have such vivid dreams that even if I manage to fall asleep and stay asleep, I always wake up feeling exhausted no matter how long I sleep for. I agree. My dreams are so fucking busy. Thanks, Gabrielle. I will. Thanks. I embrace your caring commentary. Yeah, so I think this is a good idea. And I mean, you know, obviously someone says it requires access to a computer and the internet. But even if you get 500,000 people who have access to a computer and the internet, it gives doctors more time to be able to deal with those people who don't have apps and stuff like that, do they? So I think app treatment, I think this is the way forward. I think this is where tech, the conflation of tech with treatment and medication is interesting. Wagatha Christie. Now, I'm only going to comment on this because I wish I'd been there. Who wished? Well, look, I'm not at all interested in the Rebecca Vardy, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney? Yeah, Colleen Rooney thing. But like all these things, it's a circus, isn't it? It's a circus. And apparently yesterday, Rebecca Vardy stormed out when she was told she was lying under oath. She just stormed out. Imagine if the cameras had been rolling for that, and imagine if Amber had just legged it out of the courtroom. That'd be quite something. Well, all the summing up is happening there, and apparently Colleen and Wayne couldn't make it for the last day because they had a prior holiday booked in Dubai. They've so had it. I don't think it's looking good for Rebecca Vardy. I don't think it's looking good for her or her former agent, whose phone is at the bottom of the North Sea. Apparently, she was last seen, her agent, swimming across the North Sea, trying to locate it with her iPhone locator. But yeah, so the Wagatha Christie trial kind of comes to an end. Closing statements coming up. They're now awaiting the judge's decision. So we're going to find out exactly what the judge thinks, who she or he thinks was telling the truth, and whether Rebecca Vardy was dishing dirt on Colleen. But yeah, storming out. Wow, storming out. Okay, is anyone here a golf widow or widower, or does anyone understand golf? Does anyone get golf? Do you get golf? It's a bit of a fashion show, Daniel Smith. What, the trial, yeah. No, April Hill. Yes, you play golf, Melly Mel. Miss Soph, no. The attention those wags are getting is so boring. Stick, ball, walk a bit. Stick, ball, walk a bit. I like that country pumpkin. No. Golf's cool. Who says that? It's calming, Edward Bevington. Crazy golf. Yes, I love crazy golf. I used to love playing crazy golf as a kid. Pitch and putt. Do you remember that? Pitch and putt. My dad watches it. My granddad used to watch it all the time. And back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, camera operators weren't, and the technology, you know, it wasn't sort of HD. It was really hard to follow the ball through the air. It always struck me as being a sport that was ill-suited to the visual medium, because someone would swipe and then all the cameras would just point at kind of clouds. I was always intrigued. I was thinking someone somewhere's trying to catch a white thing flying through the sky against a white background. That's hard. Ellie Denning, my dad plays 3 times a week, retired and loves it. He got me into it as a kid and I do love it. Now teaching my son, Ellie Denning. Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice. See, I'm coming at it from the perspective of, for me, I always felt utterly inadequate as a man because lots of other men would say things like, what's your handicap? Oh, what's your handicap? And I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's my handicap? Oh, and then they talk about golf, and then they talk about Tiger Woods, and then they talk about Jack Nicklaus, and then there'd be all this kind of excitement. And I never felt part of it. Never, ever felt part of it. And I've always found golf in male circles. I get the family aspect. I hear that. That sounds nice. But I always find there's a lot of bravura and a lot of sort of cliquey kind of, you know, like the clubhouse and all that kind of stuff. And an ex-partner of mine's father, I remember, was very, very into his golf. Lovely man. And his passion for golf. But he knew I was shit, and yet he'd insist on taking me down to the golf course. This was in Catterick, near the Garrison, and humiliating me. And I knew he was going to humiliate me. He knew I was going to humiliate me. And in a weird way, part of the golf thing is, if you're not good at it, is you just, as I've always found, I've just had to throw myself on my sword and just go, yeah, I'm shit, take the piss out of me. I've just spent, and I remember dreading the matches against him because my balls would always end up in either the bunker or the fucking pond. So you'd always be doing a drop ball, wouldn't you? You have to drop a shot and you drop the ball. Always remember Robin Williams, not Robbie Williams of Take That, Robin Williams, the comedian, saying, golf is not a great game to play when you're on cocaine. Get it out of the hole. What's in the hole? Put it in the hole. Like he said, you know, the idea of trying to get something that small into something that small is really, really strange. I was invited, Sarah Begley, to a round of golf when I worked as an estate agent. I was surrounded by posh blokes with short men syndrome. Never again. Yeah, there's some aspect of it that I find quite old-fashioned and really sort of, the male aspect of it, I don't like. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm awkward around other men. I don't know. Not balls talk again yet. Balls talk, I'm afraid. Creatorholic Tolkien wrote about how the game of golf was invented. Someone's head got chopped off with a long weapon and rolled off into a hole. Now, that kind of game I could deal with. If I was a Viking and golf was about trying to get a head into a great big hole, boom, I'm off. Business deals done as that. Yeah, I don't know why. You've hit the nail on the head, Faith Goodman. I think of people like Donald Trump. And I think of, what is this awful fashion? Why is it that as soon as you go and play golf, there's a sort of unwritten rule that you need to wear ridiculous outfits? It's a bit clowny, golf carts. The only thing that interests me is the golf carts, Nicky McKenna. Anyway, why am I talking about this? There has been a huge boost in golf in Scotland during lockdown. There are now more than 200,000 golfers registered across the country. Golf is one of Scotland's most famous exports. I mean, the walking aspect I love. I remember someone saying once, some years ago, there's some strange statistic, like an inordinate amount of land is owned or is taken up, gobbled up by golf courses, which would house everyone in the country if you turned it into housing, council housing. I mean, often those kind of quid pro quo, I mean, as if you're going to sell every golf course and do it. But you know what I mean? It takes up an enormous... And whilst I think they look beautiful when you're on a train cutting through the English countryside, nothing more beautiful than the bucolic hills in the distance, with, I can't remember, was it Nicky's cat bringing back mice from the hills? And then you see golf courses and they look so green, don't they? They look so green. But I find them a bit sort of manicured, a bit too manicured. The one time I played golf, I think I might have shared this before, I played golf with my uncle years ago. He's no longer my uncle, but I played golf with my uncle years ago, and he took me on this course and we were playing. And I obviously didn't understand that, you know, if you lose your ball, if your ball goes into the rough or if it goes off the course, you have to find it, you maybe have to drop a shot, you have to kind of use a special kind of, club to dig it out of the rough and all that kind of stuff. So I go clumbering around looking for my uncle's ball because he can't find it. And then I'm in this wooded area and I see a ball and I pick it up and go, "Is this yours?" And he screams at me, "Put it down," because I picked up someone else's ball. And I'd broken every rule in the golfing etiquette handbook. Don't pick up, never, ever pick up someone else's balls. Ever. Don't ever try and put someone else's balls in a different place. It'll get you into all sorts of trouble. But crazy golf, I love it. There's one in Battersea. I've got the pencil out, I'm marking the sheets. Yeah, how many shots was that? All the women in my life lose interest after the first hole. They don't want to know. I'm like, come on. They start swacking it around. They start, I want to play properly. Finally, before we get onto the quiz, any Top Gun fans here? Is anyone a fan of... can someone correct me, clarify for me, was the song "Take My Breath Away"? Na, 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 na. Let's have some more water. Yeah? I feel the need for speed. Oh, Berlin. Was that right? It was that song. Yes, it was that song. Oh, good. Top Gun, the premiere was in London last night. Obviously, it had a premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. I think they had fighter jets flying over Le Croisette in the Cannes Film Festival. We've got our press accreditation to the Sundance Film Festival, and we're hoping to get our press accreditation to the Cannes Film Festival next year. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be quite something, wouldn't it? So yeah, lots of Sundance, all the Sundance preview films, reviews will be coming to the movie side of the channel ahead of time. Yeah, we're really chuffed about that. Looking forward to seeing it, although I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise, but can I just say, and I'm certainly not a fan of Scientology, so in saying this, I'm not saying I therefore believe in Scientology. But he's very chirpy, isn't he? I mean, it's doing something, he's crazily, every time I see Tom, it's like he's grinning and laughing like an insane person. Don't you think? He's so insanely chipper. Bouncing around, jumping off the furniture, jumping out of jets, but he's got a spring in his step and he's got a glint in his eye all the time. How does he do it? He's 60. False face, says Martina McKeown. If you want to see how his face has changed, go and check out the movie Legend, directed by Ridley Scott. I know it's mine and Leor's one of her favourites. Did you see there's going to be a new... Sally O'Sullivan, go and check out our Popcorn Junkies Instagram account. We were talking about the new Dirty Dancing for sure. I thought Tom Cruise was a bit cheeky taking Kate's hand and helping her down the stairs when William was right next to her. He's a cheeky chappy. He's a cheeky chappy. Tom Cruise apparently kept everyone waiting, didn't he? At some... or didn't he? No, he caused chaos at the Queen's... something or other. Can't remember. Somewhere. I think Philip Seymour... No, Philip Schofield was a bit arched about how he caused havoc in some capacity. Yeah, Top Gun premiere last night in Leicester Square. Fighter jets, Tom looking fat. I think Tom's looking more and more like Robert Redford as he gets older. I mean, you know, at some point you've just got to allow yourself to go, haven't you? Got to get old. Just got to get old. Yeah, holding her hand. Prince William's sort of there, kind of going, I don't mind. This is Tom Cruise. This is cool. They're all sort of chilling and laughing. And where are we going to go and see it? I mean, I can't say I was a fan of the first film. In fact, I wasn't. I can't say it, so I'm not going to say it. I wasn't a fan of the first film. Kelly McGillis. Was it Kelly McGillis in the first film? I think it was. My caffeine arc is coming like that. I'm like this. I've been like this. It's just like that. He's only 60. He's only 60. So yeah, Top Gun. Next big blockbuster that we'll be watching and reviewing, much to my mum's chagrin, probably. I can't get the girls to go and see it for love or money. Now, I've just got... See if this will tell you what the next thing to happen in this coffee moaning is. See if this tells you what is about to happen. Okay, guys? You ready? It's that time of the day. What do you make of that, guys? What do you make of that? Whoa! Should we do it again? Shall I go? I'm going to go and get myself a coffee whilst you guys have a listen to this. Get your pens, everyone. Get your pens, get your paper. Get ready. We're coming to you in 5, 4, 3. Well, we're not actually. Chi-Chi doesn't know what's going on. Do you want it again? Should we do it again? Should we do it again? We've got Christos and Natasha to thank for this. Thank you, Natasha and Christos. Here we go. Get your pens. Get your pens and pencils. You all right, Chi-Chi? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? What do you think? We like it, don't we? We like it. Or do we want this one? Friday quiz. Boom! Oh dear. What's that phrase that Nadia says? Either be prepared to make a fool of yourself or make a fool of yourself. You've got to get in there with both feet. You've got to dive in head first with a full body condom on. That's what I say. Okay, so quiz of the week. Are we ready? Faith,
Don't think about buying a funeral plan until
All right,
you see...
I wasn't planning on it. Well done, Christos. Well done, Natasha. Really, really good. Thank you so much. It adds just adds a certain to it all. Okay, so I'm having the time of my life. I don't know about you guys. So, quiz of the week. Right. Okay, this is good because what I find with the quiz of the week is you realise how many of these stories we've intercepted throughout the week. And so for you guys, it's like, how much attention have you been paying? I'm looking at you in the back. Especially you, Elaine Flew. Keeping my eye on you. Okay, question 1. A competition selected a lemon and Swiss roll amaretti trifle as the official pudding for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. It features a coulis made from which tinned fruit? A, apricots, B, mandarins, or C, peaches? Biddle-loo. Which of those is it? I'll tell you what we could do is with each question, we'll have a different jingle. How about that? Oh, hang on a minute. Just plug it in. It'd be terrible to lose you at such a critical juncture. Oh, look, lots of you saying mandarins. Whilst you're, it's like the countdown click. Oh, hang on. Like the countdown clock. Click? Like the countdown clock. How are we doing? Lots of you saying B. So I'm getting carried away. It's like, I tell you what, it's becoming a little bit like, it's like the chap on LBC of an evening with his funny, lots of you saying B. It is B, mandarins. Mandarins is the answer. Mandarins is the answer, B. Question 2. Who's got 1 out of 1? Oh, fucking hell. Someone said, I hope there's no cricket questions. No, but there is a football question. Okay, question 2. In football, Liverpool won the FA Cup for the 8th time, courtesy of a penalty shootout. I did hear about this. But which unenviable record did opponents Chelsea claim in the final? So which record did the opponents in the Chelsea claim in the final? Were they A, the first team to lose 3 successive FA Cup finals? B, the first team to lose both the League Cup and FA Cup finals to the same opponents in one season? Or C, losing more FA Cup finals than any other team? You're going to be hobbled by possibly question 2. I can't stop. I think I've got a bit of hay fever, guys. Hang on, let me just have some more water. Lots of you saying losing more FA Cup finals than any other team. Oh, lots of you saying C. Linda Tyler says A, first team to lose 3 successive FA Cup finals. Karen Rogers says that as well. Tracy Welch is going for losing more. Okay, Emma Atkins, you're going for A. The correct answer is It's Only Me and Jane Taylor, A. Russ, you're out, mate. You're out, sorry. Melly Mel, Ellen Jane, A. First team to lose 3 successive FA Cup finals. That's like Beecher's Brook in the Grand National, isn't it, that question? So many of you will have fallen at the second hurdle. Don't lose your spirit, though. It's taking part that counts, not winning. What a load of nonsense. It's about winning. It's, what's it called? When something's not got caffeine in it? Decaffeinated, uncaffeinated. Vogue magazine, question 3. Vogue magazine publisher Condé Nast contacted which type of business asking it to change its name? Oh, this is a good story, this. Claiming similarities might make customers believe the companies were linked. Vogue magazine publisher Condé Nast contacted which type of business asking it to change its name, claiming similarities might make customers believe the companies were linked? Decaf, thank you very much, Julie Everts. Is it A, a clothing boutique, B, a dating app, or C, a pub? Which of those? Decaf, thanks, Karen A. Smith. It's not really decaf, I'm lying. Fiona Grockett's going for a dating app. Lots of you are saying pub. Christine Batts says a clothing boutique. It's C, a pub. Well done, it's a pub. Question 4. Question 4. Ukraine won the Eurovision Song Contest as voters showed solidarity over Russia's invasion. The final featured the usual wacky acts, including Sub-Woofer. The duo's song, Give That Wolf a Banana, placed 10th for which nation? So which nation's song, Give That Wolf a Banana, came 10th? I feel like I've suddenly entered Johnny Depp's mind when he was in Hicksville, having had too many mushrooms. Is it A, Moldova, B, Norway, or C, Serbia? Which of those, I presume, sang Give That Wolf a Banana, which was placed in 10th, came 10th. Which country were they from? Lots of you saying, so you've got A, Moldova, B, Norway, or C, Serbia. Which one? Which one? Lots of you saying B. Emma Atkins is saying C. Correct answer is B. Well done. Correct answer is B. Question 5, and then I'll see where you're all at. Question 5. An extremely rare 18th century Chinese vase bought in the 1980s for a few £100 sold at auction for £1.5 million. But what is its rich shade of blue often called? Longevity blue, A, prosperous blue, B, or sacrificial blue, C? I think the clue might be in the age. An extremely rare 18th century Chinese vase bought in the 1980s for a few £100 sold at auction for £1.5 million. But what is its rich shade of blue often called? A, longevity blue, B, prosperous blue, or C, sacrificial blue? Jane, Nikki, Helen all saying C, sacrificial. Linda Tyler saying longevity. Julie Neary saying C, sacrificial. Ruthie Tootie, hope you're well, says longevity, as does Melly Mel. Catherine Boomer is saying prosperous. It's Only Me is saying sacrificial. Anne Murray, Kimberly Jones all saying longevity. Christos saying longevity. Christos, you may be good at jingles, but you're not good at quizzes, are you? It's C, sacrificial blue. So come on, guys, who's got 5 out of 5? Anyone got 5 out of 5? I'm sport for choice with my drinks here. Go back to the old Barocca. Should we check my heart rate? 65. What's your resting heart rate, guys? 1 out of 5, Jordan and Anna. It's Only Me, 5 out of 5. Julie Everts, 3. Margaret O'Brien, 3. Tina only got 1. That's all right. It's being here. You're with us. Russ, you've got 3. You've done better. Christos, you're just laughing hysterically at yourself because you know you've got none. I missed that, zoned out. I'm just here for the participation prize, says Sarah Begley. Keely Windle, 0. My heart rate is 65. My resting heart rate is 50. Teresa A, I hope that's how many you got right and not your resting heart rate. 1. 85 resting heart rate, Helen Groves. Okay, question 6. So some of you are there with 5. Accepting an honorary doctorate of fine arts from New York University, singer Taylor Swift told a stadium full of graduates they should embrace what in life? A, country music, B, cringe, or C, fear? I thought she was going to say a jar of Nutella. What did Taylor Swift tell a stadium of graduates that they should embrace in life? A, country music, B, cringe, or C, fear? Russ says cringe, lots of you saying fear, embrace fear. Anna Charalumbus is saying country music. Russ Souch is saying BBB, as in it must be cringe. Tina Davis, cringe. Fiona Reed, country music. Oh, I'm just going to calm myself down for a little bit. Queen Taylor. Lots of you saying, but it is cringe. B, embrace cringe. I think she's kind of right. Cringe is good. Final question. And we're going to see who's got 7 out of 7. England's former Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Professor Sir Jonathan Van Tam, don't rip the pants out of it, Van Tam, who was knighted in the New Year's Honours List for his work during the coronavirus pandemic, missed his investiture, which means he missed the moment that they put the sword on either side of his shoulders and put a stamp on his forehead. But why? Why did he miss his investiture? A, he caught coronavirus. B, he was at a football match. Or C, he was stuck on a train. Could this be deeply ironic? So why did he miss his honorary investiture? A, he caught coronavirus. B, he was at a football match. Or C, he was stuck on a train. Oh, look at you, lots of you saying A, he got COVID. Sheila says he was stuck on a train. The vast majority of you must have seen this story. It's right, he caught coronavirus. Well done. Anyone get 7 out of 7? Anyone get 7 out of 7? I think that's the end of the quiz. Anyone got 7 out of 7? Anyone get 7 out of 7? What's going on with this? 6 out of 7, best ever, Melly Mel. Helen Grove's got 5. It's only me, 7 out of 7. It's only me. I think you've won 7 out of 7 quite a few times. You're very good, aren't you? Yeah, you're on the money. You're on the money. Right, guys, that's your lot, lovelies. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your involvement. Thank you for all of your observations, your wit, your knowledge, your charm. Thank you for your jingles, Christos and Natasha. Thank you so much. I'm trying to think what's going to land on the channel. For members, for you members, obviously there's, you've got Lisa Loves has landed already. You've had the Morning After Dish. Obviously this is the new tapas thing. We are going to be doing 2 live No Name Sunday shows a month, but the rest of the show we're just experimenting with chopping them up all up. There'll be funny shit will be landing at some point soon. The weekly rushes will either land today or more likely tomorrow. There's lots of news to get through from the Cannes Film Festival. If you haven't, go and watch Home Time. Nanny Di is just an absolute soldier in there. But pre-warning, it does feature mice, or certainly not running around, but there is the issue of mice outstretching it. But be rest assured, it's been dealt with by a professional after the event. We just simply went to film it because we thought it would be interesting to you guys. So everyone, have a lovely, lovely Friday. And remember, it's hashtag fuck off, fuck off, fuck.